Chelsea v Sunderland v West Ham 1985. In this video, we look back at an infamous event that took place between the Chelsea Headhunters and West Ham's ICF intercity firm at a tube station Parsons Green in 1985. Chelsea were playing Sunderland that night, and there had already been serious crowd disorder with Chelsea hooligans invading the pitch several times. Sunderland's supporters were kept in the ground for an hour after the match, so because they couldn't confront them, Chelsea's Headhunters went looking for someone else to confront. It just so happens that West Ham were on their way back from a match against Wimbledon, and the two gangs met at Parsons Green. Jace tells the Chelsea story. Stamford Bridge was still under siege from the old bill, and we couldn't get to the Sunderland fans. So we knew West Ham were playing at Wimbledon and would have to stop off at Parsons Green on the way home. We had a proper firm, the sort of blokes who would dish out a beating and not worry about the consequences. We waited until we spotted a train full of West Ham, and when the carriage doors opened, we burst in, using everything we could. Some used bottles, some used knives, others used fire extinguishers nicked from the station. Some of the passengers were ICF and some weren't ICF, about 50-50, but they all suffered. We didn't go in for leaving scarfers out of it, in revenge for West Ham doing loads of our own scarfers over several years, really. Anyway, it was an annihilation. They were screaming in terror at the onslaught. Grown men begging to be left alone. "We're not ICF," some were shouting as we tore into them. We wanted to send them a lesson that no one takes liberties at the bridge. Not anymore, they don't. It was carnage. All the windows had been smashed in and their fans left in a mess of blood and guts. When I look back, it was terrible, but we were consumed with hatred, evil, really. All this ICF rubbish about never running. Well, there was nowhere to run on this night, but a severe beating they took, that's for sure. West Ham fan Brett told us, "We had 300 top boys that night, so before travelling to Wimbledon for our match, we decided to stop off at Parsons Green and have it out with Chelsea's Headhunters, who were all out for their match with Sunderland. Word was that they were out for revenge for some of their lads getting stabbed, and others got battered up in Sunderland in the first leg of the cup tie. We didn't find any Headhunters at the station, so we went looking for them in their local pubs. It was a surprise tactic, and they hadn't got a clue we were there. Once we found them, we chased them all around the back streets of Chelsea singing, 'We're the famous ICF,' and attacking Headhunters if we found any. Once we had annihilated them, we got back on the train to Wimbledon, where we had no bother at all. On the return journey, we again stopped off at Parsons Green and sorted out a small Chelsea firm who were waiting. Apparently they had attacked a train full of ordinary West Ham fans earlier, and were looking to get another result with our train. Bad decision, lads. But typical of Chelsea, that's how they got their reputation, picking on scarfers and ordinary fans, but never turning out against us. We thank Jace and Brett for their recollections. As with a lot of these incidents, they become the stuff of myths and legends. We'll let you decide what really happened on that night back in 1985. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. It really helps the channel grow.